In last lecture, we have discussed Ohm's law, and we have discussed that ratio of potential drop across the ends of a conductor to the current flowing through it is constant. And if your temperature didn't change, resistance of that conductor remains constant. So this Ohm's law is V by I is R. Thereafter we discussed the resistances are connected in series, and we found that sum of the resistance is simply arithmetic sum of the resistances. And if the resistances are connected in parallel, we have discussed the reciprocal of equivalent resistance is and so that depends upon the number of. So when these resistances are connected in parallel, their equivalent resistance is reciprocal of their resistances. Thereafter we have discussed that if two resistances are connected in parallel, then we have more simplified it. We can, in place of having reciprocals, we can directly find out the equivalent resistance was product of the resistances divided by sum of the resistances. And likewise we had find out the current. In first branch, current was total current,
present one,
resistance of other branch, and sum of the resistances. Likewise, I2 was resistance of other branch, sum of the resistances of both the branches. So we have discussed these things in last lecture. But in circuits, we will find that resistances may be connected in series as well as in parallel. Series parallel connections of resistances. Let us R1, R2, R3, R. So these resistances are connected in series as well as parallel, and we have to find out the current flowing through it. If the potential applied across these ends is V volt, let this current be I1, I2, I3 and I4. Which branch is being connected in series and which branch are being connected in parallel? End to end. Here, this R1 is being connected, this R2 and R3 are connected in parallel. So this R1 is in series with the parallel combination of R2 and R3 and in series with R4. अगर हम R equivalent की बात करें तो how we can simplify it? What will be the R23? R2 into R2. Two resistances are connected in parallel. R2 plus R3. So your circuit would be reduced like this. Now, all the resistances are connected in series. So what would be the equivalent resistance of the circuit, or RAB, resistance between terminal A and B, would be R1, R23 plus R. Now come back to our original circuit. Now we have to find out the current in each branch. What would be the branch current? I1 V by total resistance of the circuit. What would be the I2? This current is divided into I2 and I3. Means this I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. तो दिस वही उसी तरीके से कर सकते हैं. When both the resistances are connected in parallel, total current, resistance of other branches, R3, sum of resistances. Likewise, I3, total current, resistance of other branch, R2 plus R3. Now, what would be the I4? Same current is flowing through I4, which was flowing through R. I4 is I2. Or we can say I4 is I2 plus I3. In this way, we can simplify our network. Let us take simple problem that will give you more clarity. Eight ohm, 3 ohm, 6 ohm, 5 ohm, 18 ohm. And this is being connected with a source of 72 volt. Now we have to find out equivalent resistance of the circuit across terminal A and B, and we have to find out the voltage drop across each resistance. We have to find out voltage drop across each resistance. Now let's see. First, find out the equivalent resistance. How you will find out the equivalent resistance? See the circuit and then simplify it. See it. This 8 ohm is connected in series with this combination, this remaining whole combination. Now this 3 ohm and 6 ohm, one end of both the resistances is connected one common point, another end of both the 6 ohm resistances is connected to this common point. So these are connected in parallel, and with this parallel combination 18 ohm resistance is being connected in series, and with this series and parallel combination this 5 ohm resistance is being connected in parallel. So we have to simplify it in steps. First, yes, three 6, 3 ohm branch and 6 ohm branch. So what would be the current? Equivalent resistance of these two branches? 3 and 6 are being connected in parallel. So 3 into 6, 3 plus 6, 2 ohm. So this will be reduced to 2 ohm, 18 ohm, 8 ohm, 5. Simplified. Now this 2 and 18 both the branches are connected in series, and this series combination is being connected in parallel with this 5 ohm resistance. Further, 8 ohm, 20 ohm, 2 plus 18, 5 ohm, and further if you simplify it, this 20 and 5 ohm are being connected, so resistance of 25 being 20 into 5, 20 plus 5, 4. So this would be 8 ohm, 4 ohm, what would be the equivalent resistance between terminal A and B? 12. Now you had find out the equivalent resistance. Now come to next step. What we have to find out? Voltage drop across each resistance, and that you can find out by finding the current. So, and mark your current I1, I2, I3, I4 and I. One thing is clear. Your I5 is I2 plus I3. Your I1 is I2 plus I3 plus I4. So first we have to find out I1. So this is V by RAB, equivalent resistance 17.2 divided by 6 ampere. Right? Now this 6 ampere current is being divided between this I2 plus I3 and this I4. This is I2 plus I3 and this is I4. So what would be the I2 plus I3? Total current, and total current was I1 into resistance of other branch 5 ohm divided by sum of the resistances. This branch was having 20 ohm, this was, or we can say 6 into 5 divided by 25. So this would be 6 by 5, 1.2 ampere. So what would be the I2 plus I3? This, and I4 is 6 total current, resistance of other branch. What was the resistance of other branch? 20 ohm divided by 20 plus 5. 120 by, तो दिस वुड बी 4.8 एम्पीयर. तो वो है ही हमारा I1 was I2 plus I3 plus I4 and this I2 plus I3 plus I4 was 4.8 ampere. Now come to next. You have I2 plus I3 is I5. Now we have to find out only I2 and I3. What would be the I2? Total current, that is I2 plus I3 here. Resistance of other branch 6 ohm divided by 3 plus 6. That is, what was the I2 plus I3? It was 1.2 into 6, 9. So this would be, you will see it would be 3 4 ja 0.4, 0.8 ampere. And what would be the I3? 1.2 into resistance of other branch 9, 3.4 ampere. So you had to find out the current in each branch. Now simply you can find out the voltage drop across each resistance. What is the voltage drop across 8 ohm resistance? Ohm's law, I into R. What is the current in 8 ohm branch? I1. And what is I1? 6 ampere. 6 into 8, 48 volt. What is 3 ohm branch? Yes, 3 into I2. What was the I2? 0.8. 2.4 volt. In this way, you can find out the voltage drop across each resistor. A source which provide constant voltage across the load terminals, irrespective of variation in the load. Let this be the voltage source. And this be the load terminal. So this would be the ideal voltage source. But is it possible to have ideal voltage source? For example, you have placed a short circuit across it. You have zero resistance across terminal A and B. What would be the current? Current is V by R, or V by 0 is infinite. So can a finite source can deliver infinite current? That is not possible. No finite source can deliver infinite current. That's why an ideal voltage source is not possible. So this constant voltage source is being represented with a small internal resistance, so that if it is being short circuited, a finite current would flow through the circuit. So this is the constant voltage source. Then what is the constant current source? This is the symbol of constant current. A source which delivers constant current across the load terminal, irrespective of the variation in the load. Then, is it possible to deliver can we have an ideal current source? If we have the ideal current source and these terminal resistances are infinite, so what would be the power? V into I? Infinite into finite. Infinite, is it possible a finite source can deliver infinite power? Not possible. That's why ideal current source is not possible. So what would be the a heavy resistance is being considered in parallel. That is the internal resistance of this source, a very high resistance, so that the current flow through it would be minimum. यहाँ हमने low resistance की बात की थी. We have discussed about low resistance, so that if the current is high, your voltage drop across this resistance would be very big. We have discussed very high resistance, so that this constant current would pass on through this resistance if here we have the infinite resistance. That's why this resistance is being a very high resistance. It's being considered connected in parallel with this source. So this will be the constant current source. This will be the constant voltage source. These are the practical voltage source. तो जहां पर भी हम when we will discuss our networks, we will talk a voltage source is being replaced by its internal resistance. A current source is being replaced by its internal resistance. If the value of internal resistances are being given, so we will replace these with these resistances. If the values are not given, so we are discussing a very low resistance. And if the value is not given, so what would be the low value of the resistance in case of voltage source? It would be 0. And what would be the high value of the resistance in case of current source? It would be infinite. तो जब हम बात करेंगे कि your voltage source is being replaced by its internal resistance, if given, we will place that resistance, otherwise it would be 0. And when we will discuss a current source is being replaced by its internal resistance, if resistance is given, it's okay, otherwise we will replace it by infinite resistance, that is open circuit. So we can convert a voltage source into current source and a current source into voltage source. Another technique to simplify or to solve the network. This is another law, Kirchhoff's law, which gives two laws. One is Kirchhoff's current law, another is Kirchhoff's voltage law. Means one law for current, another law for voltage. The first law, current law. Or we can generally say point law. What this Kirchhoff's current law states? It states, for example, there are number of branches and let current and number of branches are meeting at this point, at this junction. So what this law states, that algebraic sum of all the currents meeting at a point or junction is 0. जनरली जब हम स्टेटमेंट देते हैं तो हम सिंपली लिख देते हैं सम ऑफ करंट्स मीटिंग एट ए पॉइंट इज 0. यही गलत हो जाता है. Algebraic sum of currents meeting at a point or at a junction is 0. So this is the point, this is the junction in the network. At this we have to find out the current. For that there are number of currents, some are going away from this point and some are towards the point. So we will take reference currents coming towards the point, we will consider them positive, and currents which are going away from the point, we will consider negative, or we can alternatively select it. Currents going away from the point, positive; current coming towards the point is negative. So here we have, but this last states algebraic sum of current meeting at a point is G. So first current is I1. We have considered the current moving towards, or currents towards the junction is positive, plus I2 is going away. We have mentioned it, minus I2, plus I3 away, plus I4 plus I is G. This last states algebraic sum of current meeting at a point is 0, or I1 plus I4 plus I5 is I2 plus I3. What we see, these I1, I4 and I5 are the incoming currents, and I2 and I3 are outgoing currents. So incoming current will be equal to outgoing current. मीन्स जितना करंट अंदर आएगा उतना ही बाहर जाएगा. दिस फर्स्ट लास्ट स्टेट्स दैट इनकमिंग करंट वुड बी इक्वल टू आउटगोइंग करंट, और वी कैन से algebraic sum of current meeting at this particular point is 0. Next law is Kirchhoff's voltage law. That law is for voltage. So let us consider a network we have considered the network part. But this law states in any closed loop, algebraic sum of EMFs and voltage drop across these resistances would be 0. Algebraic sum of EMF or E plus algebraic sum of voltage drop is 0. E रिप्रेजेंट कर दीजिए. अगर यहां मेंशन आप, इफ यू मेंशन हियर V, you write it. So let us consider this network. Let this one be V1, I1, I2, V3, sorry, R1, R2, R3, V4, R. Let this current be I1, I2, I3, I4. Now, what are last states? फिर वही मिस्टेक करते हैं. We generally mentioned that sum of voltages in a loop is 0. वही गलत हो गई आपकी स्टेटमेंट. Algebraic sum of EMF and voltage drop in a closed loop is 0. Or we can say algebraic sum of EMF plus voltage drop across these resistances in a closed loop is 0. How we will get the algebraic sum? This is the movement in the loop. If we have to take certain point of reference. For example, if we are moving from lower potential to higher potential, we can consider it positive, the quantity be positive. If we are moving from higher potential to lower potential, we will consider it to be negative. हो सकता है आपने कुछ बुक्स में लिखा हो, when we move from higher potential to lower potential, we considered it positive, and when we move from lower to higher, negative. You can choose anyone, but whatever point of reference, whatever you have selected initially, you will continue with that. If you consider you are moving from lower potential to higher potential is positive, it will remain positive in throughout your network. There will be no change. Now I will, for this half portion, I have considered it positive, and for next half portion we will consider it negative. Initially select whether which one is positive, lower to higher is positive or higher to lower is positive. That is your choice. Once you have selected, you have to sustain, or you have to make stand on it. No change thereafter throughout your whole solving whole network. For example, I am considering when I would move from lower potential to higher potential, I will consider positive. When I would move from higher potential to lower potential, I would consider it negative. One thing more, your current flows from higher potential to lower potential. Higher to lower. For example, in this branch, direction of current is this one. In this branch R2. इस साइड से इस साइड है, तो मीन्स हायर पोटेंशियल एंड कौन सा हुआ? दिस वन इज द हायर पोटेंशियल एंड दिस वन इज द लोअर पोटेंशियल एंड. Likewise, here direction of current is this, higher potential and lower potential. Here direction of current is this, higher potential and lower potential. Higher potential end. So first select your potential end. Which potential end is higher, which potential end is lower. Once you would select the potential ends, which one is the higher potential end, which one is the lower potential end, your problem is being solved. Now, when you, for example, this is the source, and you are moving in this direction. We are moving from lower potential to higher. What we will consider? Parameter positive. And if my direction direction of movement becomes reverse, this is the direction of travel. Then it would be negative. For example, we have the resistance and this is the direction of current. So this would be the higher potential end, this would be the lower potential end. And if this is the direction of travel, so we are moving from higher to lower. So it would be negative. And if we, this is the direction and our direction of travel becomes reverse, so it would be positive. You can select another way. Move from lower to higher, negative, higher to lower, positive, higher to lower, positive, lower to higher, negative. So that's your choice. Whatever you would select, you have to sustain. Now, I have considered when I would move from lower potential to higher potential, I would consider positive, and when I would move from higher potential to lower, I would consider negative. Now, start in this loop. For example, this is A, B, C, D. So my loop is A, B, C, D, A. And this is the direction of travel. Now, start from here. I am moving from lower to higher. Algebraic sum of EMF and IR drop is 0. Lower to higher, positive. So V1 is positive. Plus, yes, I am moving from next stage. What is the voltage drop across this resistance? I1 R. And I am moving from higher potential to lower. So this would be minus I1 R. Now, here potential drop in this branch is I2 R2 and I am moving from higher to lower. Minus I2 R2. Next is I am moving from lower to higher plus V3, and what is the drop across this resistance? I3 R3, and I am moving from higher to lower. Here I am moving from lower to higher and potential drop across this resistance R4 is I4 R4 plus I4 R4 minus V4 is equal to 0. Algebraic sum of EMFs and IR drop would be 0. This law states. Now, we will take a simple problem. Let us consider a Wheatstone bridge. This is 40 ohm, 20 ohm, 10 ohm, 15 ohm, 20 ohm. Now we have to find out the current in this 40 ohm branch and direction of current in this 40 ohm branch using Kirchhoff's voltage law. You have to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to find out the current and the direction of current in this 40 ohm branch. How you will do it? First, you will consider the loops in it. Let first mark A, B, C, D, E, F. I have marked the points A, B, C, D, E, F. Now select the loop. You have to select the minimum number of loops in the network, ensuring each branch should be considered once. कोई ब्रांच छूटनी भी नहीं चाहिए और लूप भी कम से कम. Let us take, this is the first loop. Another thing, direction of travel in all the loops would remain same. अगर हमने एक बार क्लॉकवाइज ले लिया तो you will remain in clockwise. If you considered anti-clockwise, direction of travel in all the loops would remain anti-clockwise direction. So here I have taken this loop. Another loop is this one, and third loop this one. First loop this one, second loop you can consider this one, and third loop ये भी कंसीडर कर सकते हो आप. A, D, B, C, F, E. पर्पज है कि होल सर्किट शुड बी कंसीडर. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि हमें अगर ये दो लूप कर लिए तो थर्ड लूप में भी दिस वन A, B, C, E, C, F, E, A. छोड़ दो इस बीच वाले को क्योंकि कंसीडरेशन में आ चुका है. तो दिस वुड बी द 2 वोल्ट, 10 ohm and 20 ohm would be the part. Repetition हो सकता है but each branch should be considered at least one. Now I have considered 3 loop. So select now. Now our second job is to mark the direction of current. Let this current be I1, right? This would be I2. When this is current is I1 and this is I2, what would be this current? This would be I1 minus I2. Now let this current be I3. Let this current be I3. इसको I3 मेंशन कर देते हैं. What would be this current? I2 minus I3. Kirchhoff's current law. Simple. Incoming current should be equal to outgoing current. Here, what are the incoming? I2. And what are the outgoing? I3 and I2 minus I3. That would be I2. So means incoming current would be equal to outgoing currents. I2 minus I3. What would be this current? Let this be the current. I1 minus I2 plus I3. So what would be this current? I2, I1 minus I2 plus I3, because what are the incoming currents at this particular point? I1 minus I2 plus I3 plus I2 minus I3. So what would be the resultant? I1 minus I2, sorry, this would not be considered. I1 minus I2 and I3. So I1 minus I2 plus I3 would be the out. Incoming currents would be equal to outgoing current. जितना करंट इस पॉइंट पे अंदर आएगा उतना ही बाहर जाएगा. अब इस ब्रांच में बताइए क्या करंट होगा. इनकमिंग करंट क्या है? I2 minus I3 and I1 minus I2 plus I3. So this plus this, you will find that I. That means you have mentioned the correct directions of the current. कि लास्ट में रिजल्ट वही I बना. We have to take minimum currents, so that we have to find out the minimum parameters. Otherwise, your problems would become so bulky. Now, consider loop A, B, D, A. Yes. A, B, D, A. This loop. Now direction of current is this. Mark the higher potential end and lower potential end. Here current is this. So this one is the higher potential. This is the lower. This is the higher, lower. तो यहां से स्टार्ट कीजिए. Start from here. Yes. We are moving from higher to lower. तो minus 10 I2, higher to lower minus 40 I3, lower to higher plus 20 I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. Kirchhoff's voltage law. Algebraic sum of EMFs and IR drop in a closed loop is 0. We have divided the current I1. Let's start from here. I1, I2, then it would be I1 minus I2. We have to select minimum number of currents so that our problem would be simplified. We have to find out the current. That's why I have mentioned here I3. If this current is I3, so this would be I2 minus I3. Now, at this point, incoming currents are I3 and I1 minus I2. This would be the outgoing current. I1 minus I2 plus I3. Incoming current should be equal to outgoing current. Here incoming currents are I2 minus I3 and I1 minus I2 plus I3. So sum of these currents would be equal to outgoing current, and you will find, अगर आप इन दोनों को sum करेंगे, this and this, you will find I. So you have selected correct branch currents correctly. Now next thing is to mention the higher potential end and lower potential end. We know current flows from higher potential end to lower potential end. So direction of current is higher potential end, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower. Now we have considered loop A, B, D, A. We are moving from higher to lower. That means we will select minus sign. 10. What is the voltage drop here? Resistance is 10. Current is I2. 10 of I2. Minus 10 I2. Here higher to lower, 40 I3. We are moving from lower to higher. So 20 I1 minus I2. You can further simplify it. I1 20 I1, I2 is minus 20 I2 and minus 10 I2, minus 30 I2 and minus 40 I3 is equal to 0. Or we can say 2 I1 minus 3 I2 minus 4 I3 is equal to 0. Let this be equation number 1. Now come to loop BCDB. BCDB. Now, what is the higher potential end? This will be the higher, lower potential end. क्या दिक्कत है?
सर वहाँ 3I2 नहीं आएगा, माइनस 3I2.
Okay. Now come to loop BCDB. It would be higher, lower, higher potential and lower current direction is this, higher, lower. Now start from here. Minus 20, higher to lower जा रहे हैं तो sign is minus 20 and current is I2 minus I3. We are moving from lower to higher. Plus 15 I1 minus I2 plus I3, and we are moving from lower to higher, 40 I3. G. Now I1, 15 I1, I2 minus 20 I2 minus 15 I2 minus 35 I2, and I3 is 20 I3 plus 15 I3, 35 plus 40, 75 I3 is 0. Or 3 I1 minus 7 I2 plus 15 I3 is 0. Equation number 2. Now next loop is A, B, C, E, F, A. A, B, C, E, F, A. Potential end you have already marked. यहां से स्टार्ट करते हैं. minus 20, we are moving from higher to lower. minus 20 I1 minus I2 minus 15 I1 minus I2 plus I3, and lower to higher plus 2 is equal to 0. So what would it be? Minus 20 minus 35 minus 35 I1, I2 20, 15 plus 35 I2 minus 15 I3 is equal to minus 2. Or 7 I1 minus 5 I2 plus 3 I3 is equal to 2. simplify this equation number 1. Solve equation number 1, 2 and 3. Simply you can eliminate I1 from the equations and solve it for I2 and I3. So you can find out the value of I3. If the value of I3 comes to be negative, the direction of current is not from B to D, it is D to B. For example, answer is 2 ampere. Your answer would comes out to be, just note down, answer would comes out to be point I3 would be 0.0115 ampere. And it would be from B to D. So in this way you can solve the net.